Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom discussion and review. This one's on episode 5 of Tokyo Ghoul Route A. And oh my gosh, I was so right in it's starting to build up, starting to build up kind of stuff. And the last episode, it was starting to really heat up. Things were starting to really come together. And this episode, wow. All the fights that I said that was going to happen, they happened in this episode. And they were insane fights, insane battles. Wow, really good episode. So pretty much we get Ayato fighting Shinohara, and Shinohara's armor thing is Ayato and Toka's dad, of course. And pretty much that fight goes with Ayato being fast, of course, but he cannot take Shinohara down. And we get a little bit of backs like not a lot, but a little bit, like a little scene where it had Toka and Ayato being read a story by their father, and then one night he puts them to bed and then disappears. He goes out the door. And I'm guessing that is the day when he just left. He disappeared, and obviously we know where he went. He died, and he's Shinohara's armor. Um, so that was pretty dang interesting, and the fact that Yato ends up losing to Shinohara, and literally he was just about to die, but he just dropped down and couldn't fight. Also, we get the fight with Juzo and the two people the one-eyed ghouls that we find out later, Nashido and Kurono, and they have a little backstory of them, including with another friend of theirs, and they of course went with Juzo back when her name was Rei to school together, and that's when they also met investigator, Aman, and pretty much they wanted to be investigators as well, but one of their friends ended up dying, and there was never a really close thing you could tell between Nashido and Kurono. Juzo looked normal back then, but was just as crazy still yet. And I guess it turns out they became ghouls, and that's also later on. Aman and Akita come across of them and see, oh, humans becoming ghouls, just like they're just like um, Kaneki. And but the fight between Juzo, Nashido, and Kurono was insane. Like Juzo is crazy, but crazy badass. Like just throwing knives, dodging everything, and then pretty much like dealing a death blow to Nashido. Don't know for sure if she's dead because Kurono took her away and she's just really hurt. But maybe they'll heal, of course. So I don't know what's gonna happen there, but that was pretty dang crazy. And we still don't know. Juzo asked, but they don't tell him why they became ghouls because they wanted to be investigators the whole time before in the cutscene we saw in the past. But I don't know. They became ghouls for a reason, and we'll probably find that out later. After that, we also see Hoji and Takizawa end up seeing that guy with the red mask, and it turns out, I guess, that he knows Hoji, and I guess maybe they knew each other before, and he asked Hoji for Faye and Yan, and he said he can't do anything about that anymore. So I don't know if there's something with that, but I'm guessing Faye and Yan are, one of them is his weapon, and the other one is Takizawa's weapon, which he later sees, because they look exactly the same, and probably I don't know, something like that. So that's pretty interesting. And of course, it seems they're pretty much on the back foot. Hoji was gonna lose, but luckily the CRC gas kicks in and they disappear. What was really crazy was, of course, from the last episode, Kaneki transformed kind of thing, and he was just, man, he was insane in that fight. Like it, I read the term. It comes from when you eat, you cannibalize other ghouls, and that's what I forget. I forget the word exactly. I'm sorry if you can remind me in the comments if you remember. Put it below. But you know what I'm talking about when he's like super armored up kind of thing. Like it's like transformed even stronger, and he's just lost his mind. It seems like, and his got like centipede things attack crazy. It's just crazy, and he's fighting Shinohara. Shinohara, like at first he stabs him and cuts him off, cuts a part of it off, and it seems like he's gonna win, and all of a sudden, nope. Kaneki's a badass, and pretty much just destroys him. And later on, we see Amon and Akita come out into the area and see Kaneki, which they call Eye Patch, eating something. And it turns out he's eating, I don't know if he's eating Shinohara, because it showed him tearing off his armor, which is, of course, from a ghoul before. So maybe he was just eating more of the armor to get more stronger like that. I'm not too sure. To which then him and Alan start fighting, but Alan starts to win. And right before he's about to hit him, because the whole time he thought that, Kaneki was different. Maybe Kaneki was crying the last time and he let Aman leave, so maybe he thought that he wasn't such a bad guy or something like that, something going on between them. But in the end, Kaneki starts to cry and says he doesn't want to eat anymore, and he stops his attack, and all of a sudden, boom, out of nowhere, the doors open, and here comes the one-eyed owl, to which you could tell Akito just wants to kill him, but he ends up grabbing Ayato and Kaneki, and they get out of there, and that was the end of the episode. But holy crap, a lot of things happening in this episode. Seriously, a lot of things. I just couldn't. I was just like at the edge of my seat the whole episode. I was waiting for something crazy like this to happen. The last episode had some crazy ass fights and stuff, but this one was like insane fighting between like all these people and a whole bunch of things, so much of questions, like just leaving me like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna do in the next episode? What's gonna happen? And seriously, I really enjoyed this episode, and this is the end of my discussion and review, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If I missed anything you want to talk about it, please comment below. We can. If I missed anything, I wanna know. And oh man, just it's so far, it's just so crazy, and I can't wait for next week's episode. Seriously, like at first, like I was saying before, these past two episodes, it's still good. It was hitting some good points and good things, learning new things, but it was kind of slow. It was leading up, and this episode, it led up to this episode, which was just insane. That's all I gotta say. And yeah, man, I can't wait for the next episode. So until next time, guys, see ya.